Hey guys, and welcome back again. Today we're diving right into this train station that I built during the last episode here. And today, as you can see, it still looks a bit rough and not finished, and there are still a couple of touches missing here and there. So what I wanted to do today is definitely taking care of the let's say decoration and stuff. The thing is, I want to add in a lot more office spaces here, because where should I start? Like in the town where I'm coming from, usually there are a lot of offices next to the train station. So I want to make sure that this train station also has a huge potential for growth, at least for my businesses and whatnot, and also for my residents, because they will need some place to work at in the future. So I'm decorating that kind of roughly here, by ensuring that I'm not following a specific pattern here. So I want to keep it a little bit more simple and whatnot, because I think sometimes it's worth to have some variation in what you're building, and that's the reason why I'm patching it kind of out instead of putting down a full strip of offices over here. So the thing is, I'll go for it. I'll quickly let the game run here, because I want to see how soon those structures develop over time. So I'm very curious about seeing that in the end. And the other thing I wanted to check, because in the last episode, I think I had 2 or 3 times I had cars flying from here to there, because they were still, for some reason, expecting or thinking that there is actually something like an overpath here, and they were literally flying from here to there. So that was kind of ridiculous, and I just wanted to check in again to see whether that's an error in the gameplay actually. Oh, and what I have to remove here, and that's something I didn't even realize during the last episode, is I want to remove this parking thing here. There should not a single person park, not on my main roads. This is ridiculous, guys. You can't do that. I kind of understand where they're coming from, but honestly I didn't expect that. Those things here, I'm missing the name, the monorail, those monorails, railroads, that they actually allow parking. I wasn't aware of that, but the good thing is people are literally transitioning from this major train station here, to the monorail station, which is amazing. So 260 passengers serviced last week, and I think that bus station over here is just overcrowded, really overcrowded. But it is the way it is, so I can't really change that. And the other thing I wanted to do is I also want to have some so what kind of trees am I putting in there? I'm just wondering which one I should pick. So I'm just picking one of the trees that are here at home. So medium-sized tree, probably. Maybe something like this here. Yeah, that looks beautiful-ish, kind of. So I want to add a brush here, and then add in a couple of trees. But the strength is okay. A brush size small. And obviously what I'm doing here is I'm kind of shielding that area from my residentials and also from the offices, because train stations, they can be absolutely loud, and I 100% want to change that, just to make sure that like people aren't bothered too much by those train lines coming in. So I think this should be a huge or help me block out the noise. And I remember, like in one of my previous city builds, I added in a new train station, and at some point in time this was causing a lot of problems, because what I didn't realize at that point in time is that the amount of noise that that thing creates is absolutely massive. And now I have to also to go ahead and remove people from parking here. That's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to have an like one of my major roads, but on the other hand, well, it's only natural, isn't it? I'm just wondering. So maybe I should remove that in some occasions, because I want to make sure that, like, they are going to the parking lot anyway. They should be going to the parking lot in my next to my stadion, and I don't want them to park on a curbside instead of going for the parking lot here, because that's what this whole parking structure has been built for. And for that reason, I'm removing just every possibility here to park next to the football stadium and the baseball stadium, of course. And this also causes a lot of issues with traffic flow, most likely. People walking from here to there and everywhere, basically. So I want to get this removed. Yeah, so people are parking here, which is nice to see. So that seems to work, which is a good thing. I really love it. Honestly, seeing that is amazing, and I'm so curious to see that as soon as City Skylines 2 came out. So I'm very curious about this. And over here, should I have something like a park, or no, maybe just a pathway? But then I'm going to choose the standard one. Water structure, rocks. I think there it should be. Yeah, it's a standard pathway. So people could go essentially from here. And now I'm trying to connect this as best as I can with that over here. So that looks a bit better, and hopefully people will choose this pathway to get closer to the train station in the future. Yeah, they're already starting to use that. So maybe it's an easier connection for some of them. So I'm very curious to see that coming along. And also that baseball thing. I think, is anybody coming out of here? I haven't seen anything happening here. Open to service, passenger service last week. So there's never been a single passenger here. So I have to check. Is it a train station? No. Could that be? So I'll have to check that. Does it serve trains? No, maybe it doesn't. So I might have to, and I'm pausing the game now. Yeah, I think it's a subway, but it's not a train station, so my bad here. Yeah, I want to delete that. And I want to include a small passenger railway station here. Metro train. Oh. Metro, monorail, and train hub. So where should train come in here? Could I potentially just put it there? I'm wondering where those trains might be coming in. Very curious about that. So 2 monorail lines. Oof, this is way too big for me. Here. Well, I can definitely connect that up. So let me check that, because I think like what's happening here between Clark and this here is that I could potentially line this up. Can I? No. Okay. So I'm moving that back. Like having 2 train lines here is way too big for this purpose. I'm going back to my train thing here. Monorail tram, monorail bus. That must be huge, huh? Kind of, yeah. So monorail bus station. Here and there. No, too big either. So that's not good. I want to see a train. So pure train station, train metro hub. Could I choose? Too big. Metro monorail train. Crossover trains, multiple. Elevated and a sunk level to allow a separate train to cross connect. Oh, could be interesting, but it's kind of huge, isn't it? So I wanna like one of those. No, what is it? Yeah, maybe I should just check and see whether we can introduce that. Something like this here, but it's both of them are above ground. So that's kind of tricky. This is where things get really tricky. Like above ground is a heavy problem for me. It's a huge problem for me, honestly. It does look nice, no question asked here. But it's gonna be a huge issue. So I'm trying to... No, there's no way I can connect this. I think I'm deleting it again, and I'm very sorry for this. And I haven't found... Like this is not, that's for metro only. Sunken metro station, metro. I specifically want to pick a train station here, and I don't want to use one of those standard ones, because the standard ones where it doesn't really elevated dual platform, elevated bypass. Probably could I do that? Maybe elevated island train station. Ground dual. I don't need a dual station, to be honest. Maybe I'm picking a ground station here, because that should make things a bit easier, but it's again with 2 lines here. So I'm deleting that and removing this. I also want to remove that rock and this rock and that rock as well, just to make sure that I'm not having any issues with the rocks here later, and that they are not blocking. I think I honestly must have had a sunken, something like a sunken subway station instead of a train station here that I was using, which is a bit ridiculous, but that's how things go sometimes. You just overlook and don't see everything happening. So now I'm wondering, how can I make this transition here? Can I do it like this? Can I just connect it like that here? And then get rid of the thing here, and then smoothen out things by changing that pattern to something more reasonable. So let me check. 7, 8. Maybe something like this. Obviously, I don't want to go above ground. Something like that here. That could work. It's not ideal. It's honestly not ideal. But there, so I have enough room here to go back underground and just have that entrance here. And then I'm moving things again. I unfortunately have to. So using the underground thing, underground, deleting that here and this here. And then obviously I'm moving things slightly around here just to make sure that it looks better before it enters the or exits this here. That looks a bit weird, like it's situated right in the middle of the street right now. That's something I don't want to see happening. So maybe like this here. So it takes a straight route up there, but then we should have a working stop here, including another parking lot, which is amazing. So hopefully we can handle things like that here. And then I'm also going ahead and decorating things here just a little bit to make sure that this looks a bit more secluded here and that the noise level doesn't get too high in all my other districts nearby. So, and also I think I could start including something like this here, some bushes and trees. Wondering, no, I can't sneak in the trees here, so the bushes are okay. Creating this here, then going on from here to over there, because I have no idea yet honestly what I'm planning with this whole thing, so I will have to check and see whatever kind of idea comes up or I'm coming up with. So I included a couple of taxi stands here. I think that's also very convenient for my citizens, because then they not only have to go by train, walk on foot, but they could also go. Nice to see that. Okay, so trains are passing through That seems to work. Kind of work. And then I do have this huge thing happening here. What I wanted to make sure is that I'm replacing some of the existing structures here. And now it's time to start upgrading things. So I am placing down new residential zones, high density residential zones here, just to make sure that I get more high rises into my town, into my city here. So that's this. So I want to see what happens over here. Maybe I also want to see that here. Okay, first high rises are coming up, so I'm wondering how many citizens I will actually gain. I'm losing about 550 at the moment on a weekly basis, and I'm not making a lot of revenue at the moment. But that's it. So I think I have to improve or work on my household budget ever so slightly, so people are moving in here slowly but steadily, but it's a good thing to see that. So I'm changing the look and feel of this district slightly, and where else? Like maybe over here, maybe over there. So I'm replacing all this existing structure with new high density residential zones. Yeah. I'm very curious to see what's happening there, because I think there should be some growth opportunities that I want to 100% use. And then also maybe some high-rise commercials here and there in between. That also looks like a great commercial zone. And also, like this here could also be replaced by a new commercial zone. And that's becoming also an issue here. Just want to check this here, because I need to recheck my crossings here. Yeah, you can all go basically. There are no traffic lights. That looks like a massive problem, but only due to the fact that I do have parking enabled here. So no more curbside parking here. Good for my traffic flow. So many people crossing here. So that's gonna be a challenge. Like, that train station is bringing in, I think, a lot of tourists and other people to town, and I have to wait for this to grow back into a more or a denser district over time. So now I wanted to check where would be another good spot for something like a station here. And not the underground thing, but maybe that here. So I need to go back now to my monorail. Where are you? The monorail with road. I want to connect it up here. And then obviously I want to have road again. 4-lane. Amazing. That's good stuff. This is one. But I'm wondering what's happening here. Like, is there any mistake here being made? No, I think this should be connected, but I'm wondering why it doesn't connect. Maybe it's connecting now. I have to check and see that. So over here up to there. Okay, now we have a connection going on. That's perfect. Then let me reconnect that here. Then also I want to reconnect this here with that crossing. Okay, there must have been some issue with the road layout, the road network in general, which is maybe the reason why it didn't turn out that well. Then I also want to include another monorail station here, like one of those. Nice. So that's, and I think I can just delete it, go ahead and delete it and connect it back up, so that should be good. Another station most likely, just checking where my bus stops are. There should be a bus stop, so I want to see a monorail stop here. That should work. So that kind of road here. Just fixing that for now. There's another station. It's all pretty close. Like there is one. I don't want to put in too many of those monorail stations here. It's already like overcrowded in some kind of way here. I'm just trying to make a transition here. Oh, even that works. This would be awesome if that works and turns out to be good, because that would allow me to bring in the whole monorail thing into my city here, and I could set up a complete new network here of public transport, especially along my main arterial roads, which would be amazing, because A, it looks good, and B, it might have the potential to take away a lot of pressure from my roads. Hopefully it does. Just being careful here. Oh, that's bad. So using the move it mod here for that transition here, moving it way back. Probably if I'm using net picker again. Are there trees? Yeah, there are trees. Okay, nice. That turned out to be fine. So that's good, a nice circle around here. But I can't make that transition. But what I can do, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could. There I have to fix another thing here. And add it again. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe like this here. Okay, not. But on the other hand, I need none here. For sure not. So I think it would be better to take a step back, go from here to there, because no monorail is needed here. But the other thing that I can run through here is probably just the rail itself, which would be good because then I don't have too much disturbance between. Okay, that's something we can give a try. Maybe I could even include like a passenger station here. That would be nice. So one station without road. Yeah, I could pull that down here. So either way, I have that in place now. And I don't want to ruin it. So I assume this could have been a major improvement for my city. And it's not that obvious that I'm having here a monorail. Yeah, it is. Just joking. Like, obviously it is a bit more obvious to have a monorail in town, but also like the passenger train terminal looks really amazing right now. So I think this is really a great move here. And there are a lot of trains coming in, which is good. But there's a lot of traffic, and why is that? I wish I could include a passenger overpath, because that's causing issues. Of course, obviously. I get that. And I think the only reason why is the amount of passengers that I'm currently having here. So you can't shift lanes. Yeah, and that's causing him even more issues here. And probably it's also about the traffic signs here. I don't know which traffic signs are in place. Like, these should definitely be a priority here. And they should be able to wait, slow down, just to make sure that things are moving, especially on the main collector part here. There, I also want to remove some parking options here. Maybe this here for the busier business downtown area, this could be reasonable to have some parking here. But over here, that's ridiculous. I should not allow this here and that here. I should also not allow parking over here, not over there, because those are really crucial areas and crucial situations in the traffic flow. So I'm wondering, like, the traffic stats. No, I don't want to have a look at the traffic stats, but at my public transport, like tourists, many tourists are using that. There are a lot of tourists coming into town by train. 3, 4, okay, not a lot of taxi stands here. So, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I'm just adding in another. Oh, I need something for just to make sure that, like this. So I should add in a couple of more residential zones here, just to make sure that I'm offering enough opportunities, and that I'm also kind of transitioning the electricity from like over here to that part over there, because obviously we need some power for this train station. Makes sense. I think this could become absolutely relevant, like when we are approaching game day in one of those stadiums. I hope that many citizens will choose to travel by monorail as well. So now it's connected. Now it's connected. That's amazing. So, and the last thing I'm going to take care of right now is again fixing some of the parking things here, because that's way too many people parking on the curbside. Sometimes to have some cars parking on the curbside is completely fine for me. I love to see that, it looks way more natural, but on the other hand, like when all of those roads are literally parked, fully parked, it looks kind of trashy and it doesn't look that good. However, so even over there, we do not yet have any lines or any stations yet in this district. Okay, what's happening there? What are you guys waiting for? Are you waiting for more traffic lights? No, that's not it. So you should go. Like everyone should just move. You should also go. What is blocking this thing here? Is it a bus station or whatnot? So this should go. Everything should go here. Like whenever you can move, please go for it. So I'm hopefully easing things up here now. Sometimes you just have to check those minor things, and I'm really hoping that like in the future with City Skylines 2 that there are a lot of improvements to be seen over time. Yeah, you should all move. And that's kind of clearing up now. That's already clear. Can remove that. So things are slowly moving. So I'm giving it a couple of minutes. I'll let the game run, do its thing, and then I'll see where we're ending at with that kind of congestion here. So just bear with me, stay tuned for a couple of minutes, and I'll be back after like a little cup of coffee. So it seems to be kind of a back and forth here. It's not really improving. Not at all. I would say it's getting even worse. Sometimes I have to check something like dedicated lanes. What would also help is having a different type of road here. And most likely I could go back to this one here. Choose a 4-lane road instead. Upgrade the existing 2-lane roads here with 4 lanes. Doesn't look as beautiful and people don't like it, but honestly I can't help it, because otherwise we would just drive crazy here waiting for something and there is no solution in place. So I want to give that a try. Let things move, let things sort themselves out. Are there any traffic lights happening? I have to check and see. No traffic lights in place. And this is also like something that's not really helpful. So you can all move, guys. What I do not want to see here. Yeah, but now things keep moving a little bit better. So maybe that's a solution, or that already was the solution for better traffic flow. I'm not 100% sure. Have to check and see. But those new elevated lines here, they're most likely causing a lot of issues here and there, I can imagine. So that's something I have to closely watch out for, because that can significantly impact the whole performance of my city. Like when I'm zooming out, there's already a huge congestion happening. So that's something I obviously don't want to see. What's causing the issue? Is it the bus line? No, I don't think so. But there is something happening due to bus lines. But slowly, things start moving again. At least that already cleared. So I'm now just zooming in, making this, yeah, it's all priority. I should let them wait a little. Give them priority here. And that's also something like the traffic management is sometimes hard, because you can't, like, they're all lining up here for no reason at all. And I have to move that bus stop, I believe. So moving that to a different location, to more like over here, could make sense. Because then the buses won't line up for such a long time here. And where's the next stop? So there is a stop. There is one stop. I should maybe just go for it and move that to like here. Okay, they're all moving now, which is good. Sometimes you have to play around with things, but you can already kind of guess it. It has improved. It's not yet perfect, but it has improved. Like changing a couple of roads, moving 2 bus stops here and there to a different place sometimes does make sense to avoid any congestions. And I also want to make sure that I'm using a different road layout here. Maybe I need another 4-lane, a small 4-lane road like that. So that will sort itself out, or won't it? I think it will. Putting that over here and then back there. I think that should be fine. There's another bus stop. Yeah, that's good. I slightly assume that we are doing better than before. But I also want to check. That's a priority. That's priority. This should not be a priority. So we keep those guys moving as much as they can. They can move whenever there's room to move. Then probably I will have to manage my junctions a little bit better. Dedicated turning lane. That goes over here. This goes over there. That goes over here. This goes over there. That can obviously go here and there. This can also go here. And this only goes there, while that here can go here and go there. Maybe that's already it. I don't know. Sometimes that helps. Micromanaging things. I'm not a huge fan of micromanaging, but sometimes it's needed, and I most likely will revisit that area in a little bit. And I think also another reason for the sudden growth in traffic here might be that we suddenly have a lot more residential zones here, high-rise residential zones, high density. So there are actually a couple of additional plans that I would love to take on quite quickly, because by looking at this view over here, I'm actually thinking about including a bigger park space over there. And obviously one of the other things that I wanted to do, and I never thought about this really, but I want to pull that path and this path here. But I'm just like wondering, I wanna pull those to some reasonable place, because obviously it could be a quick transfer connection here to the newly established train station. So I'm just taking a look at that's the decoration, that's the path. The standard vanilla city Skylines path is, and probably lead those. I just didn't like that angle, to be honest. It was a bit too much for that here, but I could, I'm reconnecting things here ever so slightly, so I'm wondering, that's connecting, that's good. And the other side of this here should probably end up really close by the station here. Just wondering, people can cross the road here, so that absolutely makes sense. And that way they can more easily get to the baseball stadium as well. But still, having a park here would be nice. Having a park there would also be nice. I'm just wondering, that kind of business is not having enough workers currently. That's fine. But I wanted to include a couple of more attractions here. So I'm wondering, I never really did play with any of these historical monuments. Just want to check and see if I would put that down here, would that still look nice? Maybe it would look nice, and I think it should be in a location where you can basically more or less oversee both things here, and that way it would also be close to the train station. So I'm thinking about, I'm just putting that down here, and I think it's a nice addition to that entertainment district here. And it's becoming a big entertainment district, because that is all what happened here. Oh, so I need to probably put down a few more. Weren't there a couple of more hotels there? I'm not 100% sure, but at least I want them to establish themselves. Okay, it's coming up again. So a few more hotels are building their way through everything, I think. So that's going to be fine, and it's going to be one of the bigger ones. But we already have one of those, or a couple of those here in the district. That's fine. Completely good with that. Does it change the name? No, Grand Canyon. So that's a whole new entertainment thing here. lot more cars coming in. I think game day, yeah, it's currently happening, which is awesome. So I'm attracting way more people here during those game day happenings here. So a lot more traffic is here. It looks like a lot more. So maybe I'm building a nice piece of park here. I'm not yet sure, but I want to create a beautiful district out of that, I think. So and for now, operation normally, it's just pretty cheap in the upkeep. I only have to think about my bank balance, and that's kind of, it's not yet bothering me, but for some reason, so I could crank that up to 11%, maybe even 12%. That should go up to 11, up to 11, up to 11. So that should be it. Now I'm wondering, I don't want to take it alone. Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep those just to be future safe here. Fire station is already there, so I'm not worrying about this here. Do you need any police like here in this district? Oh yeah, that would not be bad at all. Having a police maybe here in a side street would be nice to have. So I'm putting down one of the smaller streets here and lead everything right around the corner of this tower here. Maybe set up a road there for one doctor's office. Oh, one fire department, I'm sorry. One medical clinic. And probably also a police station here. So that should be it. Just to provide some services to my town here and to make this whole thing a bit safer than it already is. See how people are streaming like back and forth from there to over there, since the path just came up to, was just installed. It's really nice to see that. So what are those guys waiting for? Are they waiting for like watching a game, or what is it? Is it more? Yeah, I'm curious. So people are streaming out here, and I'm wondering which kind of public transport or transport options they're actually using. But some of them are walking, most of them are. Why are they making a turn around here? That looks kind of strange, so maybe I just want to move this here to a different spot, maybe not have it right there, but more like over here. Whoa, there are so many people arriving here. They don't seem to like this area, which is kind of strange because they could easily, like, no need for you to turn around. Just wondering, maybe their path has already been set before they even joined the game. And then later on, the game didn't reconsider what I just recently built, and maybe that's the reason why they're turning around here. But still, it's nice to see. Like, there's a lot going on in this area. And I love it. I absolutely like it. And slowly, it's beginning to take a certain shape and form here, which is always nice to see, nice to have. So that train station works. I also might want to have a train station over there, but this is like a future thing to come. And like even over here, I could potentially introduce a new station for, yeah, probably I could do that. So I'm kind of planning things ahead here, very slightly here, not yet sure. So it's a metro intercity bus station. So what do I need? Airport cargo, monorail. That's fine. Multi-platform train station. Well, I wish I had a location where I could introduce that. That would be so nice to see. I love this layout, kind of, but I have to have a crossing for this. And currently I don't have none. So maybe I'll put that down in a while. Maybe over here, maybe over there. I'm not yet sure. We'll see. So I'm ending this episode now. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me again today, playing City Skylines here in my city of Springvalley. As you've seen, like I've built a lot of new things here during this time, and I also introduced a lot of more things here. Oh no, my gazebo is burning. Like, the helicopter is already coming. That's perfect. That's a good ending for my episode here. So, a lot of new things were introduced into my city here, and I'm like more than glad that like everything turned out to be that nice. Like I installed this major train station here. It's almost located in the center of downtown, in the future downtown area. As you can see, I also increased the density here quite significantly of my residential zones. So it's no longer this low-rise thing here. It's more like a high-rise, a lot of high-rise buildings coming up here. Then I have a new train station here. I have all of these train tracks running through my city now, which are currently used by both cargo and regular trains. And when it comes to my entertainment area here, I have this new tower set up that should possibly be a new tourist attraction as well. And if you went up there and it was game day for either one of those stadiums, you could easily go up there and watch the match from high above. So yeah, thank you again for joining me. Really appreciate your time here, watching my channel, following me here, leaving me comments, leaving me likes. Absolutely appreciate that. Thank you very much for it. Have a good rest of your day and have a good one. Bye bye.